Could you please redo our pitch then?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Just give me that pitch.
It's 4 minutes long, do you know that?
Go for it.
When I was a teenager, I had the comfort of feeling like I had time. And the next thing you know, I turned 20 and it feels like a ticking time bomb and a countdown till I have to achieve everything I've ever wanted in my life. At this age, when you're constantly bombarded with 17-year-old superstars and influencers, or 21-year-old millionaires, it's so easy to fall into the mindset that you're a failure or that you're behind in life. And for many young adults and 20-somethings, this leads to feelings of worthlessness and toxic nostalgia. And the memories that once brought you comfort leave you feeling diminished and depleted and filled with self-doubt. How do you cope with mourning yourself?
Okay, before getting into this whole documentary and that sort of thing and speaking to people, what I thought we would find is that no one thought it would be like this and that the 20s in general has been misrepresented. What I found is that there's two common perspectives, like two answers that we always got from speaking to random people as part of primary research. There was this idea of,
I thought it would be cool being in my 20s and but it's this weird phase between being a teenager and an adult, and I don't know, it's tricky.
And the other one that I always get is,
I never actually thought about my 20s. It seems so far away. For me, that was always just the future, and I never really had an idea besides being grown up and having my life sorted out.
Those are the two things. It was like this idealized version of youth versus you are running out of time to do any and everything. So yeah, I don't know, does that make sense? Even speaking to older generations, I was like, I don't know, older generations are very quick to dismiss you and be like, you guys have it
easy. Of course, I think growing up in my time was the best time because life was so simple then. It was safer than it is now, you know, and I think
we weren't distracted by many things like you guys are now. You got loads more distractions, I think. But yeah, we had our distractions in our times, yes, obviously. But not as much as you do have today. So you guys are, like I say, first world or new world kids, and like I say, things have changed a shitload since the last 40 years.
The new kids on the block, or in your office, aren't just millennials anymore.
Africa's future and its impact on the world will be shaped by Gen Z.
And the big one, they were wired from the crib. So technology is like air to them. They are digital natives, and that makes them different.
And they think differently, they operate differently. Why?
I think the difference is the social media aspect.
Social media plays a huge role in making your 20s seem like, yay, I made it, I'm grown, I make my own decisions.
The 20s, especially now when I look on my Instagram feed and I see my influencer friends and everything, they portray this very positive outlook on life, and it's very, I'm going out all the time, I'm seeing my people all the time, look at how much fun I'm having.
I think it's definitely harder being in your 20s now than it was for, say, the last generation of people, because we are exposed to so much, and there's so much pressure to grow, and we have like millionaires who are fucking teenagers, and you're growing up in a third world country and thinking, what am I fucking doing with my life, you know? The pressure is definitely there. As much as the opportunities are there, they're not there for everybody.
That's what I see a lot, and on social media you see these people doing things, going places, and they're still young, so that's an influence as well. That's why I'm like, I don't have my life figured out, and I feel like that's what it should be. I should have it figured out.
It does not show like much of those changes in your life, and show the mental health aspect of the fact that you're moving out and you're alone and you don't really know, okay, what am I going to, okay, you're going to school, but after school I need to get a job, so on.
The viewer even feels this disconnect and this feeling of, is all this real? And then when you actually talk to the influencer people, they also feel this disconnect towards the platform where they feel insecure for what they post. And it goes both ways. The viewer feels insecure, and so does the person who is posting feels insecure. And it constantly fuels the cycle of insecurity through portraying your life and what your life is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun and sad at some points and anxious at some points. But through social media, all we see is the constant good and the constant reassurance of, I'm always with my friends, I'm always happy, and it's very toxic.
After speaking to everyone that we interviewed, right, they all, not all, a lot of them had this idea of, I look at people around me and I think that is not where I'm at. But what was interesting is that I was watching these people being interviewed, I'm like, you have your shit together and I do not. Or I like the way you think of things, you're so hopeful, you're so persistent, you're so, I'm like, I'm not that. So it made me realize we all feel like the person next to us has it better or is handling themselves better, and it's just not. We're all a mess.
In Sepedi, they say, le potla potla le ja budi. Direct translation, hurry, hurry, eat goat. If you are in a hurry, you're gonna have the baddest meat, man. You must just, easy, le potla potla le ja budi. You must just, and then they say, seja morago ke kgoshi. The one that eats last is king. So let everybody run, let them, but just take your time with all of it,
That's a hard question. What do I still feel like I'm missing? Hindsight is a powerful thing and makes you put your own problems into perspective. So right now, my problems and my thoughts feel huge and humongous, and in 10 years, I'm probably not gonna think about it that much. Turning 20 felt like loss to me.
Loss?
Of myself, of youth. Again, it's that thing of an idealized youth, because if I look back to where I was back then, it was not that great. It actually wasn't. But now afterwards, I'm like, I don't know, I'm mourning a teen experience that wasn't even mine. I don't know what that is.
It's all gonna work out. I don't know why. I just think that all I have to do is the right thing that I think in the moment and what I feel is good for me right now. So it just takes me doing what I love, doing what I want to do every day, helping me towards my future. Because if I don't do what I love, then my future isn't going to be worth it.
I think everything I thought turned out to be true for the most part. And everything I felt that I was the only one thinking or going through, I wasn't. So yeah, I guess I did answer.